Today we have amongst us Professor Anand Prakash Mishra ji, who is a professor of practice and associate dean at Jindal Global Law School of OP Jindal Global University. Professor Mishra obtained his Bachelor's of Law and Master's of Law degrees from the Campus Law Center Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, and has also qualified UGC NET in law. He has earned BA honors in economics from Patna University with the top rank. Sir spent over 2 decades in the field of legal education and higher education and is now serving at OP Jindal Global University for last 12 years. Professor Mishra teaches courses in torts, labor law, and legal methods at the law school. He is also a fellow at the International Institute of Higher Education, Research and Capacity Building. His areas of research include legal education and higher education in India. Sir is the Director of Law Admissions of the university and provides leadership to admissions and outreach of the law school. He is in the relentless pursuit of making Jindal Global Law School as the most preferred destination of legal education in the whole of Asia. I request Sir to kindly please come forward and enlighten our audience with his words of wisdom.
So, very good morning, everyone. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. For the first time, I am coming to Mary, and this Management Education and Research Institute. I came to know about this institution for a long period of time. Rather, I should say, since its inception, or since I was in University of Delhi in the year 2000. Mary was known in Delhi for management education and particularly offering the programs of Guru Gobind Singh in the Prastha University. I'm so delighted to see now Mary has a law school and also a law school in Sapla with MD University, and with such an experienced, I will say, dean and director who has served legal education for a long period of time. Here in my presence to this institution is also to extend my good wishes to the new law school and Mary as an institution as a whole, that in last 28 years when I went through institution's profile, 15,000 students have graduated from the portal of this place. And this is not a small thing. 15,000 individuals whose careers, whose higher education needs, and in a way, I recently came to know from one of your professors that an alumnus of Mary is actually a professor at Jindal. She got her MBA from this institute and went for a PhD at IIT Roorkee. And after her PhD, she had joined as one of the faculty members in our business school. So that's a remarkable connect, I will say. Someone who has spent time and studied in this premier institution is now teaching at our university, which is a fairly young university, but which has made its name, at least in legal education in our country. And thank you, Professor Khurana, for pointing that out, that in last 15 years, it has been a wonderful journey. So I would like to tell a bit about in my address, because the topic for today is so relevant. I will say mediation, or ADR, is the hope. ADR is the future. And I am witnessing it at our institution, but this is actually true about not just India, but the whole world. So we have actually trained mediators, experienced mediators, and those who are actually practicing mediation, not just in India, but in different parts of the world. We have Professor Pascal, whose international experience. We have amazing young lawyers, and Ojasvita and Aditya and my friend there, Mediate Guru founder. So amazing people who will actually, in a way, even provide some in-depth knowledge to the practice of mediation. But I can only tell you that in a country like us, where almost 5 crore cases are pending, and when we are talking about justice, about restorative justice, we all know as students of law that justice delayed is justice denied. And when 5 crore cases are pending in Indian courts, if there is a ray of hope we have, it's not only through the court system, but it's through the alternative dispute resolution system, the ADR system. It's the hope is mediation. The hope is arbitration. The hope is conciliation. The hope is the entire ADR mechanism. And Supreme Court has a dedicated committee on it, Indian Supreme Court. Now mediation particularly has reached to a level where it has become a global practice. For a long period of time, law as a profession has been a domestic profession. And if you have studied law in Delhi, you were presumed to practice law in Delhi. It was so localized. Those who have studied law in Goa, they practice law in Goa, or for that matter, Bombay or any city. It was always a domestic profession. You have studied laws in India, that means you are going to become an Indian lawyer practicing law here. But this is the areas of, I will say, mediation and the entire, gamut of ADR, which makes law a global profession, apart from, of course, the corporate law, commercial law, international trade, investment, and other areas. So when you actually study and learn mediation and ADR, in some way you are actually becoming a global professional. You are not just going to be a lawyer or a professional for your own jurisdiction, your own country, your own city, but you are a trained professional for the whole world. And I personally believe a large part of our adjudication of disputes is going to shift from courtrooms to actually the mediation chambers, to our professionals who are trained in it and who are going to adjudicate a large number of disputes. Otherwise, this kind of dockets, 5 crore cases, are never going to be resolved, and India will remain a country which will deny justice simply because of delay, apart from other factors. So ADR is the hope, and I will encourage the students to think about studying ADR as a serious discipline. When I was in Delhi University in the year 2000, I'll be candid with you, the Arbitration and Conciliation Act was just 4-year-old. In 96, it was passed. By year 2000, it was just taking some shape. And in University of Delhi, it was not even offered as one of the core courses. So ADR was offered as an elective. We all could become lawyers even without reading ADR or studying ADR as one course. That was the situation. So those who actually chose ADR, they only had some idea about alternative dispute resolution system. Others became lawyers even without reading one course in ADR. Today, if I look at law schools, ADR is a mandatory course in almost every law school. In law schools like us at Jindal IC, there are at least 6-7 electives offered in ADR, maybe more. There are professors who are researching, who are actually offering advanced electives in the field of ADR. And in our law school, which traditionally offered master's program in areas like the popular areas, corporate and financial laws, intellectual property and technology law, international trade law, and similar areas, for the first time, ADR was started as a specialization in the year 2020, 3-4 years back. And that also with a skepticism, that's a new specialization in masters, whether students will choose this, particularly over corporate financial law, intellectual property, trade law, tax law, and those popular areas of practice. And you will be surprised to know that how ADR has caught the imagination and fascination of young law graduates. Now ADR has become the second most popular master's degree in our institution. More than 60 students almost join every year and specialize only in this field. And the similar thing is happening at undergrad level, where students of LLB and BA, BBA, BCom, LLB, the undergraduate students, are actually moving on to become members of the various arbitration and mediation councils which have been created, and actually taking ADR education and ADR training to another level. So from Singapore to London to Mumbai to, those places have become hub of ADR, ADR practice, including mediation. But now it's time to make Delhi and Mumbai and our cities the mediation place for at least our country and our ecosystem. And that is where young professionals, young lawyers are studying the subject, practicing it, and of course, I have a lot of hope from young professionals, someone who has founded Mediate Guru, or there are various young institutions which have come up in this field to lead our country in becoming one of the key jurisdictions, key places for not just Indian mediation, but even international commercial mediation and arbitration. So with these words, I will like to encourage all the students to take as much learnings, as much inputs from our practitioners, and explore this area. And of course, if this matches with your interest, go deep into it, even go to the extent of specializing in it, and it's going to be truly rewarding. Thank you so much.